And aloha and welcome to Promptings Stories, where we highlight a business, learn about what they offer, and how they use our services in their business. Today, we get to hang out with Lehua Harris of doTerra Wellness as an advocate and also owner of Besties in a Bottle or Besties in Bottles. I keep on thinking Besties in a Bottle, kind of like a genie in a bottle, but it's Besties in Bottles. So we're definitely getting to learn more about what she does. But if this is your very first time tuning in, my name is Marianne Roos, and I help entrepreneurs to unlock the power of human connection, become a magnet for their dreams, and release the badass they truly are. But you know what? We're not here to hear more about me, so let's find out more about Lehua today. So Lehua, welcome.
Thank
Yay!
you. Yay. I'm so happy. Thank you, Marianne, for having me.
My pleasure. And it's been a pleasure getting to meet and networking, learning more about you. So go ahead and tell our audience that's either going to watch on a video or listen to the audio what you do and why you're so passionate about it, because there's a lot of heart in what you do.
Yes, thank you. Aloha. I am a doTerra Wellness Advocate, essential oil specialist, and I am the creator of Besties in Bottles. And if I'm gonna go back now to the layers of where it all started, and doTerra was an essential oil company that came to me at a time where I was really trying to mom with confidence. I was really figuring out. I lived on the island of Molokai at that time, and I was going back and forth from my home island, Maui, to Molokai to build my business at that time, which I was a life insurance agent at that time. And I was a part of an insurance company. And my passion was to always help people. Like, it's always been that since I was pretty much born. I was born and raised into a family that service was definitely a thing. My uncle, he had a homeless shelter, and he also had a church that was connected to each other. And he did so many things in the community here on Maui in Lahaina. And I just naturally took to that from a young age because I lived there as well. And as I grew more, I realized, we have to build relationships with people. At the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, you need to build relationships with people because we are people. And as I grew older, I realized that here in Hawaii, on Maui, I was very aware that we just didn't have some things that really checked into our mental health, our emotional health. And then when I moved to the island of Molokai, it got even smaller. And I saw the healthcare system there, and I just knew that I needed more options to make sure that I'm sustainable there. And we did have our own little yard and farm, yard with plants and all that stuff. So it was so easy for me to connect to nature. And when I smelt the oils from doTerra, it changed everything because I just knew, I knew who I was, and I knew how spiritually connected I was, very Kanaka based or Hawaiian based as well. And it did something to me. It sparked something within me. It led me to understand that there's so much power in these oils. And as me and my son was flying, because I would take my son, he was about 1.5 years old when we started going back and forth from Maui to Molokai, and he would fly with me so that he could come and see my family. And we both got really sick one time. It was just our bodies was like, all right, y'all, that's enough. You have been doing way too much. Because then I was pretty much bringing him with me on my business trips and having business while watching him and all that stuff. And then not in our just normal setting. And this one time, our body just, both of us, we were out of commission, but my family really helped me watching him at that time. And my sister-in-law just brought in this bag full of oils from doTerra and these rollers and all these things. And it changed the way I look at momming with confidence. I wanted to mom with confidence. And for me, I thought that was providing, at the time before that moment, I thought it was just providing an income for him. I didn't realize until that moment, oh, it's deeper than that. And it starts from the inside out. And it was through that time that I saw how our bodies were taken care of, and how I got back to being on point before that trip even ended. And I got to do some appointments and he got better, that I just knew, but I wasn't ready yet because I was already in another oil company at that time. So when it was presented, for me, my mom was in one company, my sister-in-law was in another company, and I had to do the malama thing and respectful thing. And I went with my mom first, and she was in that other company. But I'm a real big deep diver. So I did a solid and I went and I just started deep diving with all the oils and all the products that other company did have. And I could feel that it wasn't aligned to me. There was something missing that I felt was missing. And when doTERRA came into my life, it was like, wait a minute, hold up. How could this company really just shift me? Like, just like that. Like, how could it do that? And so at that time, I just was like, no, I need a year later, I decided to just stop that company the month before and go straight into doTERRA because I just knew. So I stopped in October 2018 and I went to doTERRA in November 2018. And I never looked back because I only looked forward because I knew what these products had to offer and I knew who I was. And it became more aware to me that not only do we need tools like this for a better healthcare system in a sense, but I started to realize to mom with confidence, I had to master myself because sometimes it's not outside of you that creates the ripple effects in life. Sometimes it's within us. And I learned the oils through different ways. I learned it through physical ways, through your body systems, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And as I went and invested more into the company, I learned the purity and the lengths that they go to make sure or go through to make sure that they have the best of the best oils to provide for everyone. And that right there, I knew it, before I even invested that far, I just knew it. I felt it within me that it was changing me. It was letting me know, like, it's okay to have moments where you don't feel like being a mom sometimes, or just, having that moment of pause and then grabbing these oils and letting it really like move your feelings through. And as I started to learn that more, I developed a very love for it, a heart center for that, and helping other moms out there to mom with confidence. And it changed the whole game because it changed into now empowering women, teenagers, and little girls. And I created Besties in Bottles because of that, because I wanted to help empower more women, and I was already doing that. There were certain blends that I naturally made for myself that no one really told me. I just, like I said, I'm a deep diver. So I just started putting things together. I started connecting with other healers or just other people who are in the realm of nature, using nature to really help heal from the inside out. And it was through the love of that I just started to create things in Besties in Bottles. And because I wanted to mom with confidence, it really started out with like helping moms with kids. Then it expanded into helping women before they even become moms. And then through becoming a mom, that layer, meeting your new self that was born. And that's where it is today. And now today I get to really spread that love even more. I'm back here on Maui, no longer on Molokai. So it's from from the pandemic, because I came back in 2019, right before the pandemic. And through that time, I just got more centered back here on my moku, on my island, and be able to channel that love and that energy from my aina into everything that I do, and set that intention so that when the time came, I would be ready to be able to serve more people than I already was serving at that time, and to lock arms with more it's a kako thing mindset type of people as well, or those who really serve in the community and want to see the ripple effects to make changes. And that's where I landed today, and that's where I'm at today.
Fantastic. Definitely a business with heart. And I wrote down hashtag mom with confidence.
Yes.
And with all the heart that you put into it, and that is part of how you got introduced to the services that we offer that you now incorporate in your business. And when it comes to our products and services, what you use is the card service, which is what most people know as send out cards. But just in case someone that's listening that hasn't heard about our company, it's called Promptings. In a nutshell, what we do is we provide both products and services that are for relationship development. So that's something that can be used for personal, it can be used for business, but there is relationship with others as well as with ourselves. Just like with the doTerra products, other people can use it, we share it. And like I have some right on my desk.
Yes.
And there's also that relationship with ourselves, to where the doTerra products, we use it for our own health. And here, that's something that we offer with our company. And what most people know about, though, is our print on demand card service and the fabulous gift selection that we have. But we also have webinars, seminars on relationship development, personal growth, business, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my understanding that with the cards that you send, you do for anniversaries, welcoming new clients, welcoming new team members, doing mahalos, which for people that may not know what mahalo is, it's thank you. But then you said you just added something more. So what is that more?
Oh, I actually learned this from you, and I realized how special it made me feel, that I really wanted to do the same, of creating cards that were just hey, how are you? Or just something that Marianne is really, really good at listening to who people are, and like taking little things and putting it on the cards and sending it out to that person. And I've had many cards from Marianne to know the very wide variety of love that she gives. And I learned that from you, Marianne. So I took a little piece of that, and I have a very creative side. So I started to just create cards now that is really tailored to that person, in just a, hey, I love you for being ... I love you for being ... And I hope you have a great day because I know ... So it's like a text message in a sense, with a splash of creativity. But what I found through that, and I saw it on, I also sent one to my husband because I just really wanted to see what he would say, right? And he was like, when did you make this? How did you make this? And it was through that I realized I need to do more of that, because people want that, and they don't have that anymore. You know, they don't have mails or letters coming to them with just I love yous. And sometimes, even though we have phones, not every day everyone is sending a I love you, you know, and hey girl, love you, and all that stuff. So I just felt like that's such a Hawaii thing, and I wanted to be a part of that vibe that you created, and that change and that ripple effect, to really build a deeper connection with people, and let them know, like, even though they hear me say it when I'm talking to them, like, to just reinforce it, like I really do genuinely love you, and thank you for all that you're doing. It's like beyond a mahalo card, because my mahalo cards are usually tailored just to doTerra, usually. This one is just more of a from heart to heart space, and some of them are part of my business, some of them are other business owners, some of them are here in BNI, and so just that added touch, and I felt my mana just come up, and I felt like I was also helping their mana come up by just letting them know that they matter.
Yeah, that is the power of human connection, and what happens when you connect heart to heart. How it raises the energy in your life, it raises the energy in their life. And yeah, what I've noticed is that every single card that I send, that there's magic in the timing of when it arrives, and it arrives on the perfect day that it's supposed to arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did share also that there is a card that was a Mahalo card that you sent to one of your raving fans and supporters. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. So she is actually also in my BNI chapter, and we're in the same power team, and we work pretty close together. And she's always, since I met her, we just knew, like from the day that she came and just visit, we just knew like we were meant to be by each other, working with each other, helping. Both of us have the same vision on empowering people, healing people, helping people grow in many layers, and we deep dive together a lot. So she's always been supportive of my business, and the cool thing is she was actually already, she has a similar business as me, meaning as Besties in Bottles, she creates her own blends and stuff, but she wasn't in the same oil company as me. She was in the oil company that I was in prior, like the one that I was just talking about from October to November. So, but she's always just been super supportive of me, wanting to help open doors for me. She even bought oils from me. So doTerra has a doTerra Healing Hand Foundation. She even supports that, and donated a lot. And when I sent her the thank you card, we talk almost regularly. So I didn't even tell her that I created this card. And she was like, I just picked up your card. Thank you so much. I genuinely love you. And the card was, everyone had the same card, and they're still being sent out this month. But they had a similar message on one side and then a personal message on the other side. And it was just her heart, and she knows my heart. And so it was in that she was just like, I love you. I genuinely love you. Like, thank you for this. And, moving forward, her and I now she's going to be learning more about doTerra, and she just sees my heart and the way that I move through doTerra. And she wants to learn more, and she wants to be a part of how to really change the world with doTerra. And I truly believe it's because of things like that, like how you said, building relationships, connections with others, and just keep feeding them how you feed them greatness. And so so that was just a beautiful thing, like, because she's a genuine person. And as soon as she got the card, she was like, I just picked up your card, I love it. And it was just like, love you.
Yeah, it's definitely, you can feel the emotion when it's that personal message, to where it's not cookie cutter, it's meant just for that person, and you're pouring your feelings, you're pouring your gratitude, you're pouring the, how you feel about that person into the card. And when they read it, it's like they can really feel it. So you are totally connecting. Yeah. Fantastic. So for people that would love to connect with you, there's 2 different Instagram accounts that they connect with you at. And can you go ahead and tell us what those are?
Yes. So one is Besties in Bottles, and that is the Besties in Bottles Instagram page that I usually stay up to date with where I'm going to be, and what products I have or who am I collaborating with. Sometimes I do private events, sometimes I do public events. So it really is just a page that I try and keep it updated as much as possible. And then the other one is Lehua Harris, and that one is to come and connect with me, because that just shows everything who I am. I do use social media to connect a lot with my business as well. So you'll be able to find daily type of just snippets there. Oil, I pretty much drop oil tips or just oil love bombs, all on my Lehua page. I'm also a homeschool mother, so that draws a lot of the homeschool mamas there because they're like, how do you do it? How have you been doing it? And a lot of times it's because of doTerra. So come and just play over there, mingle, talk story. I love using it to connect. Like social media is for me, it's really to connect and just get to know people while I'll talk story. And so that's 2 ways that you can connect with me.
Excellent. And so what I will do is include the links in the description. That way it makes it easy to just click and connect with you. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Lehua, for sharing your stories, where you came from, the passion behind why you are with doTerra and how it has changed your life and how you're also changing others' lives, whether they're moms to be, or those that have that heart that want to help others to live a life that they design in the way that they want to design. So thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you for having me and for being just a beautiful person, Marianne. Thank you.
Mahalo.